Hello students, hope you all are well. Today we will start new chapter, water resources. These topics I am going to cover. Introduction of water resources. There are two types of water resources, surface water resources and groundwater resources. Second, what is irrigation? What is importance of irrigation and what are the different methods of irrigation? And the last, need for conservation and conservation practices. Example, rainwater harvesting. And what are the importance of rainwater harvesting? So in this video, today I am going to cover only introduction part. Next, introduction. As we all are aware, 71% earth is covered with water and remaining 29% of the earth's surface is covered with land. So, 71% of the earth which is covered with water, we can say, instead of water we can use the other term hydrosphere. And if you will see this image, you will see or you will observe that 97% of the total water means as we have only 71% water and 97% of that total water is salty in nature and remaining 3% water, that is fresh water. And that fresh water is available in ice caps, glacier, groundwater. So that is considered as a fresh water, 3% fresh water. And we all know this 3% fresh water is very limited for our needs. Next, India is an agricultural based country. We all know 70% people or 70% population of India still living in rural areas or villages, and the main occupation of people, those who are living in villages, the main occupation is farming or agriculture. So we can say India is an agriculture based country, and we all know if we want to carry out agricultural activities, if we are growing different kinds of crops, so we need so many inputs such as seeds, fertilizers, of course, water. Yes, water is very essential for agricultural activities. So we can't ignore water resources for the development of agricultural activities. So millions of people depend on water resources for their needs such as bathing or for domestic purposes, even for irrigation, etc. India has a huge population and demand for food is increasing. As we all know, population is increasing at an alarming rate, and as population is increasing, so demand for food crops such as rice, wheat, other food crops also, so the demand for food crops are also increasing. Next, agricultural production should be increased to feed large population of India. As we know, the population is rising, so to feed that population, we need to improve our agricultural production. So what are the ways, what are the different ways to increase the agricultural production? We have different ways to increase our agricultural production if we want to feed large population of India. The very first way is better seeds. Yes, better seeds here, HYV, high yielding variety seeds are required to increase agricultural production. Next is fertilizers and manure. Right amount of fertilizer and manure is also essential for the agriculture production. And third is better farming techniques. Better farming techniques, we can say here crop rotation, or we can say that multiple cropping. Crop rotation means that we all know, if we are growing 3 crops in a year, suppose we are growing 3 crops in one agricultural field, so in the next year we will grow the same crops in agriculture field, but the sequence of the crops will be changed. And multiple cropping is that we can grow 2 or more than 2 crops in agricultural fields. Suppose if we are growing rice, so along with rice we can grow pulses also. Why we are giving emphasis on pulses? Like if we are growing rice and side by side if we want to grow pulses along with rice, so pulses having nitrogen fixation bacteria. In the nodules of pulses there is nitrogen fixation bacteria that increases the fertility of the soil. So that is called multiple cropping. There are so many other farming techniques also. If we will use modern farming techniques, then also agricultural production will increase. And the next, guess all of you, what will be the last way we can adopt to increase the agricultural production? Can you guess? Okay, so the answer is irrigation. Yes, without irrigation we cannot even think about the better agricultural productivity. So without the availability of adequate water, agriculture cannot prosper. So without water, without irrigation, we cannot increase the agriculture yield. Yield means production. Next is, what is irrigation? What is the meaning of irrigation? Irrigation is the artificial application of water to land. Or we can say, in a very simple language, to provide water to different crops like food crop, cash crop, fodder crop, etc. Means to provide water to the agricultural field is known as irrigation. Next question is, why irrigation is necessary in India? What are the different reasons by which we can say irrigation is very important, or irrigation is, why it is necessary in India? The very first reason is, we all know, we have discussed in the previous slide, India is an agricultural country. So as we know, most of the economy is coming from the agricultural sector. So we are growing different kinds of crops. So for the better productivity, we need large amount of water. So that's why irrigation is necessary. Second reason is, rainfall in India is seasonal and occurs mainly in summer. As we know, we have 4 seasons in India: summer, winter, autumn and spring. So we can say the rainfall is maximum only in summer. So during summer, rainfall will be more, or rainfall will be heavy, and the duration of summer is only for 4 months. So we can say that good rainfall occur only in 4 months. So the rest of the months are dry, and we are growing different crops in different seasons. Even we are growing different crops in winter season also. So as we know, during winter less rainfall will be there. So we need better irrigation during winter time also. Third is distribution of rainfall in India is uneven and unequal. This point means that some part of India receives heavy rainfall such as Meghalaya, and some parts or some states of India receives very less rainfall, for example West Rajasthan. So Rajasthan, like arid areas, arid means dry areas like Rajasthan, parts of Gujarat, even parts of Haryana, these are the states which receives very less rainfall. So there is a great need to develop the better means of irrigation. If we are not getting sufficient rainfall in some states, so we can grow crops with the help of different means of irrigation. That's why irrigation is necessary in India. Next is to maximize production. Maximize here to increase the agricultural production. If we will not develop our irrigation system, so we cannot increase the agricultural production. As we know, the rainfall is seasonal in India. Rainfall occur only during summer, heavy rainfall. And the next is to supplement supply even in good rainfall areas. As we all know, there are certain states like West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, even some other states receives very good rainfall. And in these states, we are growing rice 3 times in a year. So if we are growing rice 3 times in a year, so we need supplement means extra water resources. And extra water resources, I am talking here in terms of different means of irrigation like wells, canals, tube wells, etc. As we know, rice is a rabi crop. Rice require large amount of water, and if in some states we are growing rice 3 times in a year, so not only good rainfall is sufficient, even we need better irrigation system also. And the last portion of this video is, what is the difference between surface and groundwater resources? Surface water resources means the water which are found on the surface, means water is found in rivers, in streams, in lakes, in ponds. That is considered as a surface water resources. And what is groundwater resources? Groundwater resources that is found below the earth's surface. As we know, when rainfall occur, so the water percolates from permeable ground. Permeable ground means that is porous ground. Porous ground which absorbs the water. So when rainfall will be there, the water percolates, water seeps down, water seeps through fractured rock. Fractured rock means from the cracks. When the cracks appear due to earthquake or some other forces, then water can easily penetrate or can easily seeps down, and the rocks which are very soft or porous, so that also absorb water. As a result, the water seeps down and increases the groundwater resources. Thank you. Have a nice day.